All right, everyone, the moral outrage, or faux outrage anyway, of the social justice warriors has hit its final crescendo, actually, as the 2010s slowly peter away. We've only got 11 days left in the decade. Thank goodness it'll be the 20s again. Maybe we can get some Art Deco flapper movement sort of things going. Uh, J.K. Rowling went on Twitter to defend somebody who had been fired because she stated that gender exists, that biological sex, in the chromosomal sense, cannot be actually shifted. Like, you can't just randomly delete the Y chromosome from every cell in a man's body in order to make them fundamentally a female in the biological sense. She pointed this out, and she's getting dogpiled as a TERF, and she's hateful and transphobic, and she hates her readers, and what would Dumbledore say? It's funny. There's J.K. Rowling. Like, I seem to recall a couple of years ago, J.K. Rowling was considered one of the lords of the left, was constantly appealed to, and it's like, people would literally fashion their whatever weird little sub-social movement after Dumbledore's army and say, yas, Queen Slay, we are the resistance, Hermione Granger is our queen, and we're third waivers and proud and transcrippled and proud and everything else. She was like the darling. She was one of the darlings of sort of the left. And she's fairly well-spoken, which makes sense, and she's made how many billions of dollars off of her books, probably. But then this happens. She's defending a person who has been, think about it this way, she's defending a woman who has been fired for acknowledging basic biological reality, established chromosomal genetic fact. She's not saying anything beyond that. She's not saying, well, I dislike the transgender. She's not saying, well, it's fake, it's not real in your mind. She's not deriding anyone. The statement she has made is overwhelmingly and completely positive. It's a statement of defense for someone who has lost their job based on a basic genetic opinion. It has nothing to do with any social movement, and it has nothing to do with wanting to discriminate against people. It has to do with basic biological fact. It is objective fact. If you have a Y chromosome, or if you have an X chromosome and two X chromosomes, there is a difference there that is biologically meaningful based on the reproductive system, based on the ability to create other humans. Now, you can go into the humanities studies sort of opinions about this and say, well, that's not the only reason to get together. You're a bigot. You're supposed to screw whoever you want. Okay, I agree with that. I don't care what you do. You can dress the way you want. You can screw who you want as long as it's all consensual. Informed consent applies. Beyond that, have at it. Do whatever you want to do. But to dogpile J.K. Rowling, extreme far leftist that she is, this just shows the sickening depth of the identity politics of some of these groups, and they don't even really understand what they're doing. It's like Tumblr has come to life. Like, Tumblr is dying because they banned porn on Tumblr. It's the only reason people used it. And so all of that, like, sludgy, toxic, extreme far left purity spiraling has taken on a real human form and been, like, injected into the world, like it's gotten paused by the Tumblrite crowd, by the far left fringe of Reddit or something like that. The antidote, of course, being mockery a la 4chan, I think. When you mock people that are doing dumb things, it's remarkably effective. This is why the left keeps losing. I wonder why Corbyn lost. I wonder why the Democrats can't find any guidance here in the U.S. I wonder why the world is en masse rejecting far leftism. Could it be that J.K. Rowling, who is an extreme, almost socialistic individual, is now considered far-right and evil and bigoted? Could that be the reason why? Could it be that people in the insufferable far-left echo chamber of Twitter are now representative of a sizable minority of people who self-identify as liberal at this point, or leftist, and that they're just literally insufferable to anybody else, any other group of people, including most fellow leftists? Could that be why their message is rejected? No, it's obvious. It's a problem with society. It's bigotry, white supremacy, chauvinism, internalized misogyny, and stuff like all of these other things that you hear about as buzz terms that you get quizzed on in your Humanities 101 program at your community college. I mean, this is insane. This is like the feminist versus transgendered thing. I don't even know exactly why it's a thing at this point. It's quite clear. There's an easy way around this. And it's the same solution as always. People should do what the fuck they want if they're not victimizing others. Beyond that, there's some debate to be had. For instance, which restroom do you use? Well, maybe think about it this way. And as an individualist, I like this idea anyway. Why should there be collective bathrooms anyway? Isn't that like communism? Fuck commie bathrooms. Make them truly American and divide them with individual doors instead of having a bunch of stalls in one room where people are shitting and pissing. That solves the problem. No more problem. All the bathrooms will be unisex. It doesn't matter what gender you are or feel that you are. Problem fucking solved. Same with the locker rooms and showers and stuff. Why are our schools so commie anyway? I never wanted to go into a locker room, have to see some dude walking around in a towel. Like, that's just... You realize how disgusting most dudes are at that age anyway? Fuck. No thanks. Yeah, I guess I could have just declared myself transgendered and walked into the women's locker room. Well, I guess I could have sued them for discrimination if they didn't let me. There are schools that are literally doing that now, and the biggest problem has nothing to do with someone who's authentically transgendered. It has everything to do with someone getting the idea of, hey, legally, I can't be differentiated from someone who is transgendered, and they can walk into whatever bathroom, locker room, or shower that they want to. Nobody can do a damn thing about it. Except in Canada, where that one moron there wanted his feminine balls waxed, and he got sued and lost and had to pay a bunch of money. And I think he's trying to do it again. Like, he's constantly causing problems. No, you know, it's like misgendering. It's not a problem. Microaggressions. What are you talking about, dude? Some dude spread his legs 2 inches too much on the subway train. He's obviously an evil sexist. We should dox him and get him fired from his job for his internalized misogyny. These people are nuts. They're not living in reality. The world that they experience is vastly different. Their perception is formed by the fact that they're in an echo chamber, a very small one that's so intolerant that they don't even admit that even on the internet there are outside opinions to interact with. I've seen some of these people, like when I look up political material. Sometimes I'll go salt mining on Twitter, and Twitter leans to the left, generally speaking. Let's fucking be reasonable here. There are a lot of people on there that have preemptively banned me because obviously my name's been added to some naughty list of people that are not far left friendly. So a lot of times I'll like go to statuses and I can't even like respond to them because I've been preemptively blocked by some of these accounts. They literally have like bots and scripts for these sorts of things. It's amazing how that operates. These people are so resistant to being challenged on their weak, fragile, stupid opinions that they will preemptively prevent anyone from challenging them because if they get challenged, they pull in Elizabeth Warren and get really frightened and then they go curl up in the corner rocking back and forth. J.K. Rowling is now a hateful transphobe because she pointed out the fact that a person shouldn't be fired for insinuating that the Y chromosome matters. Yeah, we've definitely achieved peak 2010s. Hopefully next decade is a little bit different. Maybe it'll be even more bleak. Maybe, you know, by the end of the next decade, everyone will be forced to wear a chastity belt and an ass plug that'll monitor their mood. And if they get too uppity about seeing, like, you know, interracial couples or something, they'll get automatically, like, ass shocked or something. It'll squeeze their balls and emasculate them. Be an interesting dystopian world. Someone should write a novel about that. It'll be better than 1984 and probably more accurate. That's about all. Peace out.